And our next speaker, who's going to tell us precisely how we have been winning the communications war, which is central to all battles such as this. Okay, so Bonny Uber.
Good evening all. I'm here to look back at our communication strategies from 2018 to date. 2018 was when the Fatherland Group was formed on the back of the publication of A Fatherless People by Dele Ogun. I'd like to start my presentation by sharing two quotes with you. The first quote is, "The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you can see." This is a Winston Churchill quote. Even our late Queen used it in a documentary by BBC titled Elizabeth, the Unseen Queen. This is what she said.
To look back is not necessarily to be nostalgic. Winston Churchill, my first Prime Minister, said that the further backward you look, the further forward you can see.
And my other quote is, "Pass the truth to the next generation. Teach them early what you learn late." I am 61 years of age, and I have been doing my bit to pass to the next generation what I have learned from Dele's masterpiece, A Fatherless People. This message is at the center of what we do at the Fatherland. We have for far too long been dribbled by the history books written by the conqueror. We now have the opportunity to help face our people the right way. And how do we go about doing that? We need to educate them. We need to inform them. We need to enlighten them. And if we can do all three, I sincerely believe we will empower them. I'll now share a few statistics that's helped shape our strategies. The first is our top 10 videos. The top one there is the Rigging Nigeria by Harold Smith, followed by Dr. Obadiah of blessed memory. Next 10 brings in Dele's latest outing entitled Nigeria and Britain After Elizabeth. Just made it into the 1000 club. The next stats I'd like to share are how people discover our content. From the reading, 52% of it seems to come from our direct involvement, where we put the URL of our content in a WhatsApp space, Twitter, Facebook, or our direct mails. The next is the audience, where they live. Nigeria is our best destination, followed by UK, US, Canada, and Germany in that sequence. Let's look at the devices that people use to discover our content. Mobile phone, 88% comes from mobile phone. And the actual handset, Android, 72%, so followed by iPhone. I'll tell a brief story of Fatherland and BG Media. In 2017, Dele publishes his masterpiece, A Fatherless People. In the same 2017, Bar Global was established to develop apps for mobile phones, because up until then, we only wrote for desktops. Then, in 2018, Dele Ogun invited me to join the conversation evening that he used to hold those days. And wearing my publishing hat, I started to capture these events to pass the learning to the next generation. I'll now play a short video. This was recorded on the 10th of December 2019, at which Timothy Modu gave a presentation titled The Implications of President Buhari signing the Africa Free Trade Agreement. And that was our last of our sessions before we hit pandemic. And this happened. At the end of March 2020, we all went into lockdown and we were forced to stay at home. On the 27th of May 2020, we saw the brutal murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, which gave rise to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mr. Arrowsmith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4.
On the 28th of June 2020, we released Arrowsmith interview, Rigging Nigeria, on our YouTube channel. This was as a contribution to the Black Lives Matter cause, and also to tell our story of how millions of lives have been wasted in Nigeria. In this video, Arrowsmith confirmed that, yes, we were sold fake census, fake elections, fake independence, fake constitution, federalism, and fake union. And on the 10th of August 2020, we had this, Dr. Obadiah's 4 revelations, 3 of which have come true. The last, the Civil War, hasn't quite materialized. And finally, in the same 2020, we had this too, the Lekki Massacre. This one event generated the most videos to date. We needed to archive all the videos we could find. We must tell our story undiluted, no matter how gory it may be. It was important that future generations get the truth of our past. So these videos were put up on YouTube channels, but they were pulled down because we broke their rules, the YouTube rules. It was frustrating at the time, but this frustration spurred us on to creating what we now call BG Media. It was necessary. As they say, necessity is the mother of invention. I'll now share with you our sources, how we source our contents. Majority of our contents are sourced from the Fatherland WhatsApp group. When Dele goes on his Clubhouse question and answer sessions, for those that don't know what Clubhouse is, it's an audio-only platform where Nigerians, young Nigerians, ask questions and Dele provides answers, and these answers are now turned into podcasts. We also receive articles from authors and writers such as Peter Omonua and Chief Tola Adeniyi. These articles are vocalized for wider circulation. We plan to hold our first Africa Book Fair in the 3rd quarter of next year. This will bring together books about Africa or by Africans. Not all our contents end up on our YouTube channel due to restrictions, but all our contents that tell our story end up on BG Media platforms. And these are some of our contents. This page mostly contains shared knowledge. And this about podcasts, you might recognize some of them. Okay. What is BG Media? It is a digital library. Yes, we're going to provide African history, African culture, African values, and heritage. Because we know our people like to dance, yes, there'll be music too. DJ Bonny content are also up there. you can buy digital audiobooks from us. Yes, we have vocalized texts. And finally, we offer vodcasts. We're not competing with YouTube, but what we have as videos are educational ones, cultural ones. Those videos that tell a story about how we got here. Yes, BG Media is available on 4 platforms. First of which is Android, iPhone, web-based, and desktop, which is what's been shown in the background. And they're all accessible from Bar Global website. I will now demo the iPhone version of BG Media app. If you give me a second, I'll mirror my page onto your screen. So this is the iPhone version of BG Media app, and BG icon is at the bottom right of your screen. I'll click on that, and on comes the landing page of BG Media app. Automatically the system, because I'm an existing user, so it welcomes me with my recent playlist, what I've been working with. It just puts it at the top there. So for example, if I click that,
now this one dedicated to the girl with the angel face and the devil heart.
And so on. And so up here you get this algorithm automatically picks up on your likes and genre. And in the middle block here we present our latest podcast and audiobooks, so it allow you to discover them and so on. And if I just slide up a little bit, yes, again, the system makes my playlist. It gives me a daily mix. Again, learning from my habits automatically gives me a mix that I can go back and listen to. And down here, it gives me my recent played items again, a full list, so this goes on forever. And down here, it says based on my searches, automatically will present me with things I might like. And then over here it says popular songs. This is across users. And over here it gives you a list, so it allows you to discover new content. I say this is new to you. So for example, if I click that,
Multipolarity shows up in Kazakh steppes. Published November 20th, 2022.
I'll stop that. Go back and so that was, and again, sorry. And over here we let you know what others have been listening to that from the same curator. Let's have a look at things you might ask me to listen again. For example, if we try this one.
Did Nigeria legally expire on January 1st, 2014? Part 1. First published January 7, 2014. Republic.
And so on. Let's try a bit of daily.
The history side of my life is a recent development, because by calling I'm a lawyer, a commercial lawyer.
And that was Dele's. Again, I can just do that. That's music file. DJ Bonny. And so on. And that gives you a taste of what BG Media is about. Down here, it allows you to do your own searches. You can click in your searches here and go away. But due to time, I'll move on to my next slide. I'll move this back and we can continue. Apart from our media files being pulled down by YouTube, this year, 2022, we have all witnessed how Russia was sanctioned on all fronts, which has changed how non-Western countries view US hegemony. Every country in the world is now working on countermeasures against Western economic and technological sanctions. And so must we. Hence the work we have been doing on BG Media platforms. We must be one step ahead to protect our futures. Going forward, I propose that we adopt anti-fragility concept. Yes, we must build robustness into our strategies so as to withstand shocks, but also with an eye to improve us because of it. Okay, looking ahead, it now leaves me to appeal to you all to help us in any way you can. Please support the work that Fatherland Group does by donating at fatherlandgroup.org. Also, please help us at BG Media app by donating at barglobal.net. It is worth mentioning that we are not supported or backed by any money bags. The entire development cost has been privately financed. Every help will be appreciated. If you are a publisher, author, or content creator, email us at publisher@barglobal.net. I thank you for listening to me. Many thanks.